Hello and welcome to the continuation of the Townforge 500 series um, tutorial, which, as a reminder, is more of a technical economics exploration rather than it is of teaching you how to play the game, which you can see from the manual and from the developer's main tutorial video. So just a second reminder, we started off with just 500 coin, in-game coin, and the idea is to be able to remain economically self-sufficient without having to do mining, just to see if that's even possible. And having set up a small community, sort of expanded out from that and left it for a few days deliberately, and you can see after having spent almost all of the 500 coin, the buildings that we got, which were primarily basic residential cranked up to 270% and put into an affluent area, have brought us in 163 coin, which is not half bad. That's over 2 real-time days. So again, as usual, what we're going to do is to increase the contrast here, switch it to gemstone, which is the one that gives you black and white, and we're going to have a look and see what thing. Now, I did an earlier review. Unfortunately, you won't have lost the video, but never mind. We're going to have a look at some of the options of things to get, and one of them is that there is a really good cliff area, which I'm just going to highlight like this. This is when you get a stone cutter area, if it's on a cliff, you get a modifier depending on the steepness of the cliff, on the basis that, cliffs, it's easier to dig into and you get your stone easier rather than having to go down in the ground. You can go sideways. So I think, but what I wanted to do was to pick an area which gave some economic value to us by producing the a type of stone that we can sell, that's valuable, that we can sell. So let's have a look at the stone type in this particular area. And oh, look, wait, let's just highlight the right one. And you can see in this corner here, if you check this stone type field, which I'm hovering the mouse over here, in that corner, come on, hover. In that corner there, it's getting on for 146. Down here, it's back down to about 23. So that actually would be a really good area if the quantity was good, stone quantity, and whoa, it turns out that it is. So that stone quantity goes up to 209 in that corner and 192 in this one. So I think what we'll do is we'll have that. So let's again put it into gemstone black, go up to the edge and back, go up to the edge and back, go up to the edge and back, and let's make it that big. Alright, and that's going to cost us 10 coin. We've managed to cut it to 163 coin, which is from starting from here's pretty good, that. And then we'll see. Now there's a couple of other areas over here which I looked at earlier and explored on the other account. This one turned out to have a cliff modifier of only about 9, and that one not very much either. Let's have a look at the numbers on them. Stone quantity, both really good. Stone type, again, so this one over here has a stone type 187 in that far corner, dipping down to about 81. So that would result in quite a lot of granite, a tiny bit of marble, and a not bad quantity of sandstone. Whereas what we want is one which, like this area which is going to go through in a bit. That one, but I hear that's sandstone, and that's the granite. So we can keep the sandstone and use it to fund other buildings, and we can, to make other buildings, and we can sell the granite, which actually turns out to be really profitable. All right, let's go and have a look. Building settings. Stonecutter, economic power. The 654 sandstone, and we get 138 granite, which is not bad. Cliff modifier, plus 22%. That's pretty good. So we're going to so 138 granite. If we're now going to have a look at the I must apologise for this. I'm using a different account which doesn't have write permissions to the config file. Sorry. Trade. So granite. So that 138 granite amount of thing, and if we were able to sell it at 0.018, which is the current thing, that's 2.48. 0.018. We'll get 138 per. Was it 138? That's only 2.48 coin per thing, which doesn't seem quite right. Let's just double check that. Stonecutter. Yeah, 138, which is not as much as I was expecting. What would happen if we cranked up the economic power of this one? Whoops, it's not large enough. 120, 110. 110. That's 152. So I'm this nice person here could move that road out of the way, couldn't they? And that would mean that building a little one would be bigger, wouldn't it? Or we could expand the size of this. No, it said 150. Let's see how much that is. How much we get for that. Granite, 0.18. Nope, not that much. 150 per cycle. That's 2.7. Not a lot, really, is it? If we were to scale that up by, but we get the sandstone as well. So it's kind of making these kind of decisions, it's quite a thing. Let's try and resize this. Select all of it. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Select the whole flag. Make it a little bit bigger up to that. There. And if you excuse me, I'm just going to go off screen and I'm going to resize that road from my other account so that it's out the way. And then this one can take the whole lot. And what we'll do is once I've come back over there, we'll go and look at a different area, okay? Whilst these resize commands are underway. Resize. Okay, so that command has been issued. I'm coming back here now. Let's go and have a look at the other buildings and do a review of what we've got resource-wise. So we've got 100,000 labour. That's just from that one workforce that we've got. That's fantastic. 4,238 pound and 8,327 sandstone. So in theory, if we keep below those budgets for what we're buying, we don't have to spend any of that 160 coin that we've got, which is cool. Or we can use it to get a second building, which I think probably what we'll do. Let's go and have a look at Fred's house. And switch to, again, back to gemstone, because just to get the contrast better. Okay. Going up. Right. So now, I want to explain something about the way that workforces work. If you have a look at the Townforge.net manual, you'll find that there is explanation of the benefits and penalties for having things in particular areas. And look, what this person has done, me with my other account, has arranged 3 workforces, one here, which is going on to the influence all the way out there. This other one here, which has got an overlap on that area, and then there's another one there, which again has an overlap, so that anything that is put down in this area will have workforces covering it, so that anybody puts a basic residential down in that area gets the money from it. Whee! Right, now what you can do is you can put your own workforce in as long as it is not within the influence area of 2 other workforces. So this particular workforce here and this one here covers an area which only is that big. There, that one and that one. Can you see? It's even smaller than that. It's there. That area, that. Oh. No, they don't actually. They're outside. Wait a minute. Workforce. No, they don't overlap. So we could put a workforce down in here, right about here, and whilst it will be within the influence of that workforce and within the actually it would be, wouldn't it? It would, because it's covered by 2 other workforces. One edge is covered by that and the other one is covered by that. So we would have to come down here. Now it's not. That's outside of that one. Hooray! All right. So it's in that one, but not that one. But here, that is within that area, and it is within this. And actually, the area of 2 workforces of this one and that one is that and that, isn't it? So we mustn't put our workforce anywhere in that area. So here will be fine because it's outside of that one. The influence of that one inside that one. So likewise, we could also put it down here. Yeah, and that would also be fine. Oh, but there's a craft in this one. There's been LKCL has already got that entire area. So, but what I'm pointing out is that we can put the it within. You have to work these things out. But we can actually have our own workforce within this area, but we also want it to be within the influence of these things. And you know what? We might as well make this one a workforce. Let's just make it a small one. I think that's what we'll do. What we'll do. Right. So let's have a look at the costs. And then we will be getting benefit from our own workforce. Yeah. So it's large enough for a 300% workforce. Let's have a look. So this is only a tiny one. So 23 by 22, we get 835 for everything, but we don't get any road bonus until we start. Sorry, excuse me. Cranking it up to fit within the. Aha! And there we have it. It's a 240. That's a 240% economic power. Gets a road bonus of 21% at the edge. Remember, it's on the edge of one road, not on the edge of two. And it needs 10,000 pine. So it produces that. So it needs 72,000 labour. Needs 72,000 labour to make. And it will produce on every tick. It will produce 22,000 labour. Okay. So being next to that robust, now what's the smallest that we can make it and still be within the economic power thing? We have to make it a 210. Okay. Well, that's not bad. We get 18,000 labour, which is as much as that other one did. And 59,000. So I think actually what we will do that. We'll get pine. We'll get 6,000 pine, which will cost us six gold. Okay. All right. Now let's go back and do the resize. Oh, we bought it already. Okay. All right. Let's go and do that then. Let's building settings. Workforce, economic power. What do we say? 210%. Road bonus. Nope. It has to be 220. There we go. Alright, so we'll get 20,000 labour on each tick. We'll have to do food of 1,000, which divided by 5 is about 12 divided by 12 is about 100 vegetables per tick. Heating 794, which divided by 5 on from pine thing. Yeah, that's all right. That's doable. All right, so let's get that and leave that this time, and we will going to go over to where's that sawmill. Actually, our previous workforce was 150% one, wasn't it? There it is. That's our 150% workforce, and it's producing 15,000 and only need 43,000. So it's about the same, but we end up with that road bonus of 12%. So we're getting better by picking the locations of things. We're getting better bonuses. But when you go to things, if you do the same thing with as you start going up the more affluent levels, you have to get the more expensive materials. And it just so happens that for workforces and basic residential that you don't need to do that, which is why we're using them. So where is our little area where so resaves that road for us, which gives us a better thing. Large enough for a 110% stone cutter, and what we wanted to try was a slightly bigger one. Okay, so we're getting so we've got to put up at 110. We have still have that 22% cliff bonus. We're only going to get 155 on the thing. So the labour's 192,000 pine and sandstone 7741 7741. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and resize it to be able to apply the bigger economic power. I think that will do. We're not going to go all the way up to the edge, don't worry about it. But we should also probably, we've got one sawmill, but I should probably look at doing a second one. I didn't do any preparatory work for this one, so we're just going to investigate and have a look and see what we've got. Because now that we're doing a second workforce, we're doing a second stone cutter. This one, the second stone cutter, we're going to get some things which gives us a bit of extra income. Well, we should really look at doing an extra sawmill as well. So we're going to have a look at the wood quantity first. in this area is, yeah, it's okay. That. What about this area here? What's the wood quantity? 210 all the way down to 205. Yeah, that's okay. Again, we can drop it on the side of that road, but what's the wood type? Because again, we don't want to buy too much in the way of oak. The wood type starts to go up to 66 in that corner and is down to 31 in that corner. Whereas if we were to make another tiny little one here, actually let's get this area anyway, alright, just because. Up to the edge and back, up to the edge and back. And you can see that the in this particular one the wood type only goes up to about 32 in that corner and is nice and low in this one, 11 in that one, and it's got good quantity as well. Wood quantity 229 in that corner, 290 in that corner, 90 in that corner. Yeah, that's very good. Buy. And the cost of that land was 5.11. Has our resize gone through yet? No, our resize hasn't gone through yet. That's okay, we'll just wait for that. Wait for the tick. And what we're going to do is see how that goes in terms of if we push the economic power up a little bit. And you know what we're going to do is, what was the size on this road? Select the whole flag. Size on that road is 10. Okay, let's see if we, right, good, that's gone through. Building settings, let's see if we can do a sawmill dam. We can't. Minimum size for a new 100% sawmill is 20 by 20. Okay, so what's annoying? We are going to destroy that flag. Don't worry, we're not going to worry about creating a road for these three little buildings. And we're going to select this all and then resize it to cover the whole of that. Good, that's gone already, brilliant. Resize, brilliant. And whilst that's resizing, we're going to have a look at the stone cutter down here. Once you've selected this area for a stone cutter. Right, it's quite a bit bigger in area, this one, which means we can do a 130%, but now we're up to 207, which is much better. All right, what happens if we go to 140? How much is that going to cost us? 140, we're going to need 120,000 labour. We are 83,000 short. We're going to need 4,000 sandstone, and we're going to need 9,000 pine. So let's go and buy those. Pine, 10,000, and that's going to cost us 10 coin. The sandstone, what did we get there? 10,000 pine. Nope. Sawmill, 140. Nope, stone cutter. That will get us 225 there. We are 83,000 short there, so let's get 100,000 labour. That's 40 coin, and we are 10,000. So let's get 5,000 sandstone in that thing. Now let's check the how much we would get. That's 225. So 904 sandstone, we'll get 225 granite. The 225 granite, if we go and check what we would get on that. Granite, 0.18, 225. We get 4 granite. 4 gold coin for granite per cycle for selling that granite. But we would also get 900 sandstone, which after 4 cycles, we'd be able to afford another building without just having to pay any more for it, which is the whole point of this exercise. So, has that resized? Yes, it has. Brilliant. So let's come and have a look at that. Building settings on that. And we wanted a sawmill, but we wanted to have a look at upping its economic power. 27 by 30 is perfectly possible. 140, too small. That's okay. All right, so 130 is fine. So let's go ahead and we get 2,000 pine for that. Oh, and there's a road bonus, so that's really good. So let's get the 37,000 labour, which costs us 14. Pine, let's get for 600 pine, which is 1.6. Might as well make it 5,000. Buy. And the sandstone budget there is 2,300. Sandstone. 0.92. Yep, that's okay. Wait, 13. Right, yep, that's okay. Buy at 13. Yep, that's okay. We're still within budget, so that's all right. So let's leave those commands to process. And I just wanted to show you one thing. I created another little alley in between I created a little thing between these two buildings. So when you have 2 cultural, you get a benefit more benefit from each. So the income has gone up on each of these 2. This one and this one, because I've put a second little cultural building on there. Let's have a look at the settings on this one. Yeah, we're earning 20,000 labour on this one. Woohoo! All right, and the level of influence is really quite small. So there's only 2 workforces, but it's only within the influence of one other workforce. It's within the influence of that one workforce, but it's not within the influence of the second one that's over on the other area. The flashing line is not within the influence area of that one. It's outside of it. Okay, so that's really good. And Lunar Shadow thinks that area is empty. If we would turn that one into also into a 270% basic residential, what would that cost us? Basic residential, economic power, 270. We would get 4 there. So what we're going to do is for 4.78, which is 43% road bonus, not bad. But remember, it's not. It doesn't have the cultural that this one has. What does this one get? That one is 54%, but it also has the two cultural effect to me, which increases the amount of kids. I was saying 4. That's a 50% increase just from being next to one road, but also having 2 cultural thing. And you can see that they're far too small to to do anything to affect this, to affect that one. Quite funny. So what we could look at doing is maybe putting a little cultural on this side, which happens to be big enough to be able to cover. Oh, we can't because that person's got that sigh. So we'd have to put it, say, here and make it big enough to be able to cover that one, or just not worry about it. be honest. Just retrospectively, it's just one of those things, you know. Is there space there? Oh, we can do it. We can put a tiny little cultural here. So we're going to make that. We're going to put a little cultural in that's just big enough to cover that and one other basic residential here. Dunk, dunk. By. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get 4 basic residentials within, because I think it gets better benefit. This basic residential we've put down here gets better benefit if there are 4 basic residentials within it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. So we'll let those go and process buildings. Let's go back to the stonecutter over here. That drops us in this area. Whoops. There we go. That's our stonecutter. Well, we were going to buy 2 things, weren't we? We're going to do this one as a sawmill, and we said we're going to do 130%, weren't we? Yeah, 130% because we couldn't do 140. It wasn't big enough. Don't worry about it. Okay, right, buy, and this one is going to be a stonecutter at, say, 140. Yeah, I think it was 140. That gives us 220 granite. Ooh, 1 marble. So delightful. 10,000, 10,000. Yes, that's right. Okay, all right. So those are now underway. Let's have a look at our inventory. And yes, we should have enough pine and etc to buy that. Just in case, I'm actually going to get a little bit more pine. But our balance is only 26 now, so we've got to be careful. So it's going to cost us a whole 1 coin to get another there. A lot on that. And do we have enough? We've got enough vegetables. We've got plenty of labour. So that's brilliant. So we didn't do what's nice is because of the because we're going across the. They've been ticking for such a long thing. We didn't actually have to buy a lot of labour because our one workforce, where is it? Our little workforce here has been producing quite a lot for us, which is nice. So we are waiting for all those lamp posts and the pine and the stonecutter and the blah blah. Ah, right, brilliant. Okay, brilliant. So that's gone. The sawmill has gone through, and on the sawmill we will end up with food 500, labour 1777, and the production costs per tick will be at, and 321 on heating. Brilliant. We'll end up with some oak. Oak stuff, unfortunately, is not so useful, unfortunately, and that's actually going to be adjusted in the new version of the new updated version of the game. You'll be able to choose whether to burn either oak or pine, which is a nice touch. Ah, right. We didn't have enough. 2770 short. Okay, because we forgot to take into account that we're buying 2 things. So we're going to get pine 4,000, and that will be 4 there. So we're down to 16, but that's 4,000. I took into account that we're going to need about 1,300 for heating, roughly, just to have some in the budget, so that we go over a tick without any problem. Remember, it's after the tick. It's a bit of a nuisance. Bigger stones. Oh, wait, we have to do a rename, don't we? No building on it. No building on it yet. Forests. Amazon trees. Has that gone through? We can't. Silly. You can't. You have to. The amount of the pine has to go first on one tick because you didn't have enough at the time, and then the thing goes through. Oh, never mind. Right. So our next thing will probably what we'll do is when this kind person has moved that out the way, is probably what we'll do is we'll build a road all the way down from there to there. We'll build a road all the way down from there to there from that on this one. So I think we're good. Apart from waiting for that thing to do. So just while we're waiting for that to go through, what we're going to do is take a look at our inventory and make sure that over the next tick we're good to go. Right, 10,10195 sandstone. That is all going to go, and we need a small amount of sandstone to be able to cover the running costs of the thing. So we're going to get a little bit of extra sandstone. I've got to be very, very careful about this, not to get too much, because we've only got 16 here. Right, so we're going to get 1.5, 250 sandstone, so that'll be total 1.5. And let's check 1125 pine, so that will allow us to buy the, I think, to build this new stone cutter. Realistically, what we should do is shrunk the size of that, cancel the thing and shrink the size, but I think we'll get away with it. 140 stone cutter, 10025, 10025, and 120,000. But I think yeah, we're okay. That's going to be okay. Tum-ti-tum. Inventory 1125, 10195. Yeah, we'll be that'll be okay. That'll be on the clear. So we'll end up with just over 1,200 pine, and after that sandstone thing, we'll end up with 350 sandstone, which will be perfectly fine. And there we go. Ta-da! All right, so that's gone through. So building settings. There we go. We'll end up with 225 granite and 904 sandstone. It's going to cost us that much in heating, 464 in heating, that much in food, labor 721, that 143 sandstone. So yeah, that's quite a lot. So let's just double check that. 143 sandstone, that one needs only 29. Right, that 143 sandstone is because the area is slightly bigger, but also it's a higher economic power. Yeah, let's have a look at that one. The building settings on the sandstone one over there. This one uses 112 sandstone. Yeah, so 112 plus what that other one was. We do need very much to keep an eye on that and see what we've got in the remaining inventory. 420 sandstone only. So I'm just going to go ahead and get another 100 there, just to make absolutely sure. That's only going to cost us 0.6 coin, and we've got a balance of 15. That's okay. And what we're also going to do is just double check the amount of money that we need. -2. Yes, that's fine. And the tax comes to land tax comes to a total of 0.8. So 0.8 plus -0.25, that's about 3.5. And we have 15 in the budget, so we're in the clear for going over the next thing. Food, vegetables, I bought plenty in the offline. 21,492 labour. That's absolutely fine. 1,232 pine is going to be enough for the heating, such that at the end of the tick we will get 2 lots of sawmills producing us some wood, which will perpetuate us through to the tick afterwards. Should be absolutely fine. So yeah, the production here is 2137 pine. Yeah, well, absolutely fine. But we only got 16 coin left for 15 coin left, so that's not enough. Not going to be enough to be able to buy the things that we need to put down that other 270 basic residential or the cultural. So we're going to leave that for the next update thing. Yeah. It makes you think, this game. I really do like it. It really is genuinely planning for what you would do in a business, the kinds of things that you would need to do, and so I absolutely love it. And being able to talk to other players in the chat or on the FreeNode IRC channel, and admire the designs of the buildings that people make and things. I mean, it's fantastic if you go inside this. Yeah, I mean, let's go forward a little bit and go for a walk inside it. We'll go into walk mode. Yeah, I mean, the extent to the trouble that he's gone to make this. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic, beautiful. Yeah, look at all this. I mean, it's like Minecraft in its thing, but it's an entirely free software program. Nobody's thing, and because it's peer distributed, there are no servers and nobody can scam you. Absolutely brilliant idea. Absolutely love it. Anyway, thank you very much.